We're now going to work our way through NZS 3910. We're not going to do it in strict order, we're just going to do it in a more logical order rather than going from section 1 through to section 15. But we are going to start with the first chapter, which is interpretation. Interpretation provides the guide that you need to interpret the document. It is a complex document, and there are a lot of words and stuff in there that may be hard for you to understand. And so the first section, section 1, interpretation, is there to help you to interpret what's in there. The first part, section 1.2, is the definitions. So it provides the definitions for the technical terms and the conditions. So example, if you want to know what contract price actually means, it's written down here. It saves on contract price can mean different things to different people. By putting it in the definitions, it says in this contract price means this. Okay, and that's quite a useful section, and it's always a good idea to clarify what things mean. In the rest of the document, you'll see sometimes that things are written with capitals, like engineer, due date for completion. When it's like that, that means that there's probably a definition for it up here, and it's always a good idea to look at those definitions to make sure that you understand what they are. Some of these definitions are not what you'd expect. Up here you'll see that this is a snapshot of NZS 3910. This little G here, that's guidelines. So there's more information about this in NZS 3910 right at the back, the black section. So where there's a little G there, if you want more information about this, go to there and it'll give you a bit more information about it. The other part of the interpretation that you can use is section 1.3, the rules for reading the rules. So for example, it's making it clear how to interpret the contract. For example, the headings to clauses are for convenience only and shall not affect their interpretation. So if something says you can't use a heading and say this is what it means. You have to read the text. The text is what is important. The headings are not. Tells you the sign G appears in the margin. It means that there's something in the guidelines. So it's a useful thing to sort of read and understand. Once again, it's good to read it so you know how the thing needs to be interpreted. It may not be interpreted the way you might think.